What is up, YouTube? We are back with another video. This week when I was brainstorming video ideas, I realized that if you guys have been watching me on YouTube, you only know like the last 3 months of my life and nothing prior to that. I started 6-shooter when I was a senior in high school, which was 3 years ago now. So I decided I'm gonna show you guys all my favorite pieces I've released these last few years. My neighbor on that side of the wall actually just moved out. We're gonna head in there and get this video going. So let's do it. Alright guys, I just finished putting all the pieces on the walls. This looks crazy. The whole room is covered in my items. Starting off my brand, January 24th, 2021, which is 3 years ago now. I released my first collection, which was these 2 hoodies right here. Pretty strong start, a lot better than a lot of brands that start out nowadays. I printed both of these hoodies in my own basement, and I paid my cousin Cody to make this arch logo for me because I had no clue how to design at first. I started with simple hoodies that I literally printed myself, and they were not very good quality. As you can see, this one was literally printed with vinyl. Like, it's all peeling at the edges and stuff like that. So you gotta start somewhere, and this is where I started. So next up, after dropping those 2 items right there, I had some money built up. I invested in some higher quality printing and released this zip up right here. This zip up was called the Deck Zip Up because I introduced this new mascot right here, which is how a lot of people knew my brand in my city. I used him for like a whole year. I was putting him on everything I was dropping. A lot of people love decks. Every time I put him on a piece, it always sold out. So I kept on using them. Right here, this is a 1-year anniversary piece. So we're skipping a lot of time here. Everything in between this was honestly pretty garbage. I didn't like much of it. And also kind of see that my aesthetic is starting to go towards that like darker vibe. Next up, we have this completely distressed pair of cargo pants. These were the first pants I ever released for my brand, and these really showed me that I love making pants. I completely distressed these myself, and they came out fire. Like, to this day, I still wear these and love these pants. They also fit super good, so I'm gonna throw these on body and show you guys. Like I said, super fire pair of pants. Fit on these is just really good. These are the pants that got me into wearing more baggy things. Before this, I was just wearing straight skinny jeans, nothing even close to this. So these were a pivotal moment for my brand and my own style. A lot of you guys might not know this about me, but growing up, I was super into sports, especially hockey. I was a big Bruins fan and all that. So I knew for my brand, I wanted to drop a hockey jersey eventually. I did every single print on this. It's a 2-color puff print in 4 different locations. This piece was just ridiculous. Like, it took me so long to make and it wasn't worth it at all. I barely sold any of them, but super cool piece for me to drop. As you can see, it's got like this revolver on the chest and it says 6-shooter. On the back, it's got the 6, and it also says Dex as it plays into the brand earlier when I was still using my Dex graphic. Right here is also a 1-year anniversary piece. At the time, this was my best-selling piece. I think I sold around 30 of these, and I still see a lot of people wearing this hoodie to this day, which is super cool to see. But this also had the Dex graphic on the back. I told you, I was just throwing this dude on everything, but I'm pretty sure this was the last item I'd ever put Dex on. Next up, we have the Siberian Demon Hunter hoodie. This hoodie is so crazy, and to this day, one of my favorite hoodies. I wear this all the time. It's got this massive screen printed graphic on here. The print goes over the pocket, which is just wild. You know, doing this in-house is super hard to do. My clothes always had like that darker aesthetic, but this is when I decided to go all in and really cater to that audience. Now, I completely forgot about this puffer jacket right here. This was my first ever cut and sew item. So this puffer, you know, looks super cool, looks really good. But I got these made in Pakistan. If you own a brand, you know not to make things in Pakistan. So I got 30 of these made. When they came in, 16 of them were broken. For our first attempt at cut and sew, this was a super cool piece, but it was way too crazy to get manufactured in Pakistan. They had broken zippers, missing buttons, just a whole bunch wrong with it. Overall, I'm pretty sure I lost like $2,000 on that drop. That was kind of a big setback for the brand, but you know, it taught me a lot, and it should also teach you a lot. Do not use Pakistan. Listen to me right now. Don't use Pakistan. Use China or use someone in Europe, not Pakistan. Now, because of this major setback with my brand and losing all of that money, I was super nervous working overseas and using manufacturers, so my next collection was completely made in-house. This collection was called the Abyss Collection. These are my two favorite items from it. I released both of these around March 2023. They were the first two items to really start going viral on TikTok and actually getting a lot of sales. I'm pretty sure I sold around 80 of these and 40 of these hoodies right here. It might have been the first time I had ever done $10,000 in sales, but I will always love these two pieces and I wear them a lot to this day. Next up, we're getting into much more recent times. These denim were released less than a year ago. Little did I know, these pants were literally going to change my life. When I finally released the denim after about 2 weeks of promoting, I was literally crying when I dropped these denim because there were so many people on the site. I think I had over 70 people on the site at one time, which was crazy for me. At the end of it, I think I sold over 110 pairs of these jeans. So this is when I really started to realize I was doing something right with my brand. To this day, probably my favorite item I've ever made. It's got these sick external pointed pockets. The wash was perfect, the fitment was perfect, everything was perfect about these jeans. So definitely a super good piece. After the success I had with the Umbra denim, I knew I had to go all in on cut and sew, and I finally had some manufacturers I could trust, so this is where things really start to get interesting for 6-shooter. My next collection had 2 cut and sew items in it. It was the carbon cargo shorts and the Wraith detachable crew neck. Let me throw both of these on and show you how fire they are. Here are the items on body. Can't believe how good these came out. They both were going viral on TikTok like crazy and they sold super good, and for good reason. Look at this crew neck right here. Bam, converts into a cutoff t-shirt. The sleeves coming off is crazy. Wash on the chest is crazy. Just overall super insane piece. Love how this one came out. Now paired up with that crew neck is the carbon cargo shorts. This one just came out insane. Can't believe how crazy this seam work is. I didn't think they'd be able to pull that off, but they did. And then to top the entire piece off, my favorite part is the back pockets. Another super cool collection right here. Now from this point on, all of these pieces were released in the last 6 months. This is where I really start to find my aesthetic and my style. These 2 pieces right here are from a collection I labeled Chasm. It was like a 6-piece collection, but these are my 2 favorites. To this day, this is my best performing collection. Somewhere around 150 orders, just absolutely insane. Starting off with the zip-up hoodie, the fitment is just perfect, cropped and fits right at the waist. I took the measurements from a Yeezy hoodie for this one, so that's why it fits so good. You can take these sleeves off and wear it as like a cutoff. It's got the triple cuff design, this time being much better and done by my manufacturer. And now, are you ready for my favorite part of the hoodie? Are we serious right now? Like, look how crazy this is. It's got a built-in shiesty mask. Who else is doing that? Now here are the Stealth Wax Denim cargo pants. The wax denim is super high quality. We got cargo pockets on the side of the pants. We got cargo pockets at the bottom of the pants on the back. The bottom leg opening is lined in zipper. That's one of my favorite details on these pants. It looks super cool right there. We got the exposed front zipper right here. Double belt loops. We got Rick Owen inspired pockets right here. 6 cargo pockets here. There's also crazy heel bite on this pair because this is my personal and I wear these like crazy. Finally, after 3 years of designing, figuring out my aesthetic, figuring out my design style, tens of thousands of dollars put into production and making pieces, we get to present day 6-shooter. This right here is called the Oxide Garment Dyed Hoodie. Now, obviously I'm biased because it's my own personal brand. I promise you, this is one of the highest quality hoodies to ever be made. This hoodie weighs 3 pounds. In comparison, most hoodies don't even weigh 1 pound. This hoodie is sewn in white fabric first. They dump it in a pool of dye, wash it out, and that's how you achieve this color. That's why around all these seams, it's still white because the dye wasn't absorbed there. Look how massive the hood is on this hoodie. I purposely made it super large because I love huge hoodies and I love like sinking into it. Now on the back side of the hoodie, there's this seam that goes all the way across from sleeve to sleeve. Now to finish it off, we got that same dart design that we've seen on the pockets. My old quality compared to what I can produce now is just crazy. It really goes to show that producing a quality item that is actually good takes years and years of practice. Now after that Oxide hoodie, my most recent item to date is the Prelude denim. You guys see me wear these pants in almost all of my videos. They are my best selling item ever. The fitment of these jeans is just so insane. I wear them all the time. They go perfect with every outfit I wear. When I released these pants, in just 1 week, I sold 160 pairs of them. There's super large front pockets, and then there's also a dart right here. I said I do that a lot, and there it is again. Fun fact about these, there's 6 total belt loops on the front for 6-shooter. All right, we're down to our final couple items here. Right here, we have my first ever handmade item. This is a pair of prelude denim that I made in-house. After the first pair of handmade prelude denim, I made a handmade oxide hoodie, which has the same measurements as the other oxide hoodie. Both of these items came out super good. They started out as a roll of denim. I cut out all the pieces, sewn it together, and here they are now. I'm not gonna show you them too in depth because I made a video of me sewing both of them. So if you guys wanna see that, make sure you go watch those videos after this one. Finally, we are at our very last item right here. This is an unreleased pair of denim. I have not dropped these yet, and this will be the next thing I drop. There is so much to these pants, but I'm just gonna throw them on and show you guys them. Bro, are we serious? These are crazy. I can't believe I made these. Like, I designed these pants right here and got them made. They got this double layered design where there's literally a pair of shorts that go over the pants. Like, I don't even know what to say. These are just so insane. This is the first sample, so there's gonna be some minor changes on the actual release. But we got 4 pockets on the front right here. When these finally release, it's definitely gonna be my favorite item ever. That was 3 years worth of my favorite pieces. I can't believe where we are at and how far we've come. You guys seen my first pieces, they were terrible. Nothing like I'm able to create now. So many failed collections, failed pieces, so much money lost and money invested that just got me nowhere. And we are finally at a point where I'm honestly in love with my brand. This is what I envision as what I really want to produce and put out into the world. If you guys have your own brand or you want to start your own brand, this is what it really looks like. This stuff doesn't just happen overnight. It takes years of curating your own style to get to a point where you're really happy with the things you are making. If you want to get to a point like this, you just can't quit. The only way you lose is by quitting. You gotta keep on working and working and working to get to a point like this. I could've gave up when those puffer jackets came in and they were all ruined, losing me thousands of dollars, but I didn't. You know, I kept on going, I kept on making, I kept on producing, and I'm at a pretty successful point now, and you know, you can really do this too. If you watched to this point, seriously, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.